good throw.
Not one thing you can do without Joe Barnes got his helmet on. I don't know whether, I think it might be because of the weather. It's turned a little bit cold up here in the third quarter. But on that one, no excuse for dropping that football. He hit him right in the numbers. You got to hang on to it.
Weather conditions do have a tendency to change rather quickly in Calgary. It was a hot evening when the ball game started. Now it's turned a little cool. That wind has increased in velocity. Ransom throwing over the middle. It's incomplete. He was looking for Kerry Taylor.
Good job of coverage by Bernie Morrison. Just dropped back into that hook zone from his linebacker position. He was in a position to not only maybe get the interception, but certainly knock it down.
Richie Hall is dropping back, along with Gary Allen. Roy Kurt stands at his own 31-yard line for this third down kick. Oh, he gets away a beauty. Allen fumbles the football, chases it back to the 1-yard line. Now he finds an opening, and this man can fly. Kurtz is the only man back. He makes the tackle. 61 yards on the return by Gary Allen after a 63-yard punt by Roy Kurtz. Allen now has 6 returns for 136 yards. We talked at the start of the ball game about Bob Vespasiani saying this is one area that the team has been working on all week.
He wanted improvement. He's got it tonight. I thought for sure when Allen gets a guy like the kicker in midfield, he's going to beat him, but Kurtz made a great play.
1st and 10. Calgary from the 51-yard line. Allen got down inside the 40, stopped there by Brian Dudley. Gain of 9 yards.
We heard Williams talk about they haven't done anything we haven't seen, and their keys are taking them to the play. It took him right to the play. The only thing was he missed the tackle in the backfield.
Allen is coming out of the ball game. Greg Figure goes in as his replacement on 2nd and 1. Cooper struggling for a 1st down, and he will be very close to it.
Give him a little rest, get some oxygen in. An awful lot of running. Fakes the pitch, hand off to Ryan Potter. Williams makes the hit. He keeps trying to struggle forward, gets some help from Shankoni, but he does get the 1st down.
12:35 remaining. 1st down for Calgary. The ball at the 37-yard line. Ryan Potter picking up the 1st down on that gain of 3. All sorts of movement at the line of scrimmage as Tim Petras takes the handoff. We'll have to wait for the officials to sort this one out.
See what they call it. Well, everybody was moving. Montreal's defensive line moved and the tackle moved. Should go against the offense.
A procedure call.
Procedure. Calgary number 54. Decline. 2nd down.
Rob Smith was guilty of the procedure call. Penalty declined. It will be 2nd and 10. Looked as though the Alouettes were going to pin the Stampeders deep in their own zone on that booming punt by Roy Kurt with that 61-yard return. Provided instant field position, and here's Tim Petras getting the 1st down and making sure he kept that football with him as he fought his way to the 17-yard line. Stopped there by the safety, Rick Ryan. He covered up that football after he had gained about 8 yards and then simply stumbled the rest of the way.
We've been wondering why they ran that draw play so often, because they figured sooner or later they're going to make it go, and this time Petras found the big hole, and as you say, covered it up. Got him that 1st down inside the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 18 with 11:34 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Draw play again with Petras. This time the middle linebacker Mitchell makes the contact at the 15. So far, neither side has been able to put it in the other team's end zone. Rick Johnson will try and do that now as he looks at a 2nd and 6 play from just inside the 15. Good crowd in attendance tonight at McMahon Stadium. They were anticipating 27,000. I think there's more. Johnson's pass incomplete. He was looking for Toner. So the teams continue to struggle trying to cross that goal line, and the Calgary Stampeders send out the field goal unit.
Manuel Culbert's having a heck of a time with Brian Dudley. Dudley had him covered very well. Culbert and him exchanged a few words. Thought he was being interfered with. Good coverage. Didn't give him anything.
Field goal try by J.T. Hay. He'll be kicking into that win from 22 yards out. He missed one in the second quarter from about 30 yards away. This time he puts it through with plenty to spare. So the Stampeders have doubled the score on the Montreal Alouettes with 10:28 remaining in the third quarter. Montreal Alouettes with a big defensive stand. Doug Scott, who plays that defensive end position, has been a vital factor in the standout defensive play of this Montreal team so far tonight.
He was a territorial protection back in 1980 when he still had that. 7 years in the league. Last year was his best year with 13 sacks. 7 this year. He stayed healthy. That's the big thing.
Terry Taylor on the return. And Taylor gets it back out to the 46-yard line. Darcy Kopp was there to make contact with him.
Yards on the kickoff by J.T. Hay. Terry Taylor.
21 yards on the return by Taylor. And Rick Johnson is getting some help from the spotting box upstairs as he prepares for the next Calgary offensive series.
Well, the coach was Paziani was saying he's still having trouble reading those defenses. He said Montreal gives him a lot of different looks. So he will have his problems.
Alan Reed tripped up there by James Walker with help from Stu Laird. Laird is wearing a special neck brace. He suffered that injury earlier in the year in the game at Lansdowne Park in Ottawa against the Rough Riders.
Yeah, said up until now had 5 quarterback sacks in those first 2 games. They're happy to have him back. They were concerned about the neck. The doctors gave it the okay. They got the special protection. He's okay.
2nd and 7. Ransom to the sidelines. The pass is complete to Jacques Delane, but he'll be short of the first down. So Kurtz will again be kicking with the wind, and they are hoping on the Montreal side that it isn't run back 61 yards.
Well, the big thing is they like to blitz Richie Hall from the outside. But watch Ransom. He'll just move away from it. A little bit of a sprint. It's coming. It gives that back a couple extra steps to come. Makes the catch. But, you know, you got to make that first down. You got to get deep enough to keep the ball.
This time, no chance for a return as the ball goes out at the 5-yard line, and that's what Roy Kurtz wanted to do. An excellent kick as he was looking for that corner and put it out at the 5. A boot of 46 yards.
Well, he made the saving tackle on that last return. This time he said, I don't want to do it again. I'm going to get it out of bounds. Excellent kick, 5-yard line.
Johnson is less than 30% throwing that football tonight, completing just 7 of 23. He came into the ball game as the top passer in the league as far as total yards were concerned, completions, and touchdowns.
Well, you know what team's giving up the most or the least amount of yardage in the CFL is that Montreal defense, and they're making Johnson work.
1st and 10 from the 5-yard line. And tripped up almost immediately by Steve Rocky was the ball carrier, Gary Allen.
Yeah, well, what happens here is just a lead block. The lead blocker in this case is the fullback, number 12, is going to try to block out, and he misses him completely. That allows Rocky to make the hit. Watch it, here he comes. Just missed him. Just ran right by him. Don't let those big defensive ends get that kind of freedom in the backfield. They're going to hurt you.
2nd and 8. Johnson looking to the sidelines, incomplete. Marshall Toner, the intended receiver.
Well, they took him on man-to-man, and they were right with him step for step. All 3 receivers, Culbert, Alexander, and Toner. Had him covered, man-to-man, and perfect.
Johnson is having problems with that Montreal secondary. Are they playing a lot of man-to-man tonight?
No, they're mixing it up pretty well. They're giving them a whole lot of different looks. They're playing a 2-deep zone, a 3-deep zone, and then they'll man it up, and sometimes they'll blitz from it, sometimes they won't. So they're not giving him a steady diet of any one defense that he can get accustomed to looking at.
Harper stands in the end zone about 6 yards deep. He's not going to get much out of this one. A no-yard call as Moyer took the line drive kick inside the 25-yard line. And it appeared as though Ron Hopkins had encroached upon that 5-yard area, so Montreal's field position will be improved even more. Yes, and we advise you to check the telecast time in your area. Chuck Ely and I will be at Olympic Stadium in Montreal for that game between the Alouettes and the Ticats. Ron Lancaster and Steve Armitage will be out in Vancouver at BC Place Stadium. And Bob Vespasiani will be returning there for the first time as head coach after leaving the Lions, where he was an assistant last year. Ransom almost had that pass intercepted. It was intended for Kerry Taylor, and that was the safety, Greg Peterson, who was back there defending. A couple of times Ransom has thrown into very good coverage tonight.
Well, he had a blitz coming at him that time, and you're right when you say he threw that into cover. He's very fortunate Greg Peterson didn't get up there and pick it off, because when all those people are inside and they're blitzing, that safety has to get out there, and Peterson's a good enough athlete to do it.
2nd and 10. The ball is at the 15-yard line. Ransom completes the pass, but it will be well short of the first down. Tony Johns got to the 10-yard line, 5 yards away. Stopped there by Eric Emery.
Brian Ransom can't be too happy going off the field. 5-yard completion on the 3rd down. It's not good enough. Now they have to kick the field goal. Of course, we're only down 4, so defense is holding them in.
I think the Alouettes are in a position, though, where they desperately wanted to score some points with the favoring wind in this 3rd quarter. Field goal try by Kurtz from 17 yards out. It's good. And again, just 1 point separates the Alouettes and the Stampeders, and now we've got a shoving match. Penalty flags on the play. That occurred after the signal for a successful field goal, so I'm quite sure the 3 points will stand. The penalties will be applied on either the kickoff or at the point of scrimmage.
Well, I think if there's going to be a penalty, I think it should go against the Calgary Stampeders. Johns and Jenkins, I think, were having a little argument, and all of a sudden Jenkins took a swing at him, and that's when the referee threw the flag. So we'll see who it's against.
Mel Jenkins, University of Cincinnati product, is going to be charged with rough play. Jake Ireland, the referee, conferring with center Bob Foley. Bob Vespasiani, the rookie head coach, looking on, trying to determine just how the penalty will be applied.
I think right now what Coach Vespasiani was talking about is maybe now he should elect to have him kick off. Because if he takes the 15-yard penalty, I believe from the 35, it's going to put him back around to 20. Now they'll kick it off. Maybe he can get a better return out of it.
Oh, it appears as though they are going to scrimmage from back at the 20-yard line.
Yep, that's what they decided.
Major foul, unnecessary roughness. Calgary number 28. First down.
You made a statement a minute ago, Don. They needed to get some points in this 3rd quarter with that win, because if they don't, they're going to be in trouble in the next 15 minutes.
7:02 is the time left. Now that Montreal defensive unit trying to stop the Stampeders deep in their own zone. And And on the first play, Allen is tripped up after a gain of about 3 yards by the middle linebacker, William Mitchell. Johnson constantly looking over at that Calgary bench for some help in calling the plays. He has the ready list written out on a piece of tape on his wrist.
The surprising part is that Jeff Tedford is signaling the plays in. So I don't really know how much he's using that wristband of his, but he does have all the situations there.
2nd and 7. Johnson is in trouble. And it's Steve Rocky who drops the Calgary quarterback at the 12-yard line.
You know, 9 times out of 10, a bootleg off play action is a good call, but what happens? Dave Daniels, that safety halfback, is coming on a blitz. You can't get outside of it. So when he comes across the line of scrimmage, number 23 is going to be in it right in his face. Johnson has to pull it down. Now he gets pursued from the backside. Down he goes. So again, the defense has done their job.
Well, Brett Williams said that they might unveil some new wrinkles in the second half. So far in this second half, defensively, the Alouettes have played very well. 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Harper taking as much time as possible before kicking the ball on third down. It's going to hang up there again. Barry Taylor looking for a couple of blocks. He fights his way to the 35-yard line. Only a 28-yard kick that time by Glenn Harper. And excellent field position once again for Montreal. A reminder that this program is copyrighted strictly for the use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or exhibition in whole or in part without the written consent of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation is strictly prohibited.
You don't get any better field position than they've had the last 2 times they've had the football.
Drop play. Tony Johns gets to the 30-yard line. Pickup of close to 5.
Williams played very well for the Calgary Stampeders tonight as middle linebacker Vernon Morrison. It just seems like he's everywhere. Now, he should not ever leave this position until the quarterback passes the ball carrier, and he doesn't. Watch it. He'll stand in here. Quarterback starts back. He stays in his position. He reads the draw, and he's right up to make the tackle.
2nd and 5. Ransom is hit as he tries to throw. Harold Hallman upset the Montreal quarterback. And once again, they force the Alouettes into a field goal try.
Well, it's just pressure from the inside. I think they fooled him a little bit.
Roy Kurtz will be kicking this one from 37 yards out. He's been good on 2 of 3 tries. An opportunity for the Alouettes to take the lead for the first time in the ball game. Daryl Moyer holds. It's a fake. Moyer is going to throw the ball. Incomplete. Off the fingertips of Wes Cooper. So the Calgary Stampeders take over with 4:38 remaining in the. Moyer made a good play. He threw that ball out there intended for Cooper. He was unable to hang on.
Daryl Moyer is ex-quarterback from the University of Calgary. He holds for the field goals, and as a result, when you want to fake it, why not have a quarterback throw it? He did a good job. He rolled to his left. He held the ball till the Calgary defender come up. There's a snap. Now he'll put it down, pull it away. Now here he comes. Watch now. When them defenders show he lays it out there, the ball should be caught. You got to catch those kind.
So the Stampeders take over at their own 30-yard line. 1st and 10. It's very tough slugging up the middle, as Tim Petrus will attest. Stopped by Brett Williams.
They're determined they're going to run that football on that Montreal defense. And so far, the Montreal defense is winning that battle up front on the running game.
Brett Williams said they would have some new wrinkles. Have you noticed anything different in the second half?
Well, I think they just doing the same thing they did. They may have added something new, but they're still shutting down the offense. That's all he cares about. I was hoping he meant offense.
4 minutes remaining. 2nd and 9. Drop play again. And this time, Petrus ran into his own man.
He ran into his own man because of the fact that there was no hole to go to. That they just shut down the running range. That's about as simple as you can put it. I think when we get the wind at their back in that fourth quarter, they're going to open it up.
Harper stands back at the 20-yard line. Jeff Treplin is back along with Terry Taylor. Good kick by Harper. Treplin takes it at the 30-yard line. Gets one block, puts his head down, and drives up to the 37. A 46-yard kick that time by Glenn Harper and Jeff Treplin, a McMaster product who came into the CFL with the Edmonton Eskimos, returned it 7 yards. And Ransom continues at quarterback.
See, those stats don't look too bad, 12 for 25, but I think the last 3 completions, he's gotten 5 yards on a 2nd and 10 situation. It's not going to win for you.
First and 10. Ransom throwing out into the flat to Terry Taylor for a gain of about 5. He stopped over on the far side of the field by Richie Hall. It will be 2nd and 5. Maybe even a 6-yard gain on that completion to Taylor.
Yeah, you can take those plays on first down. You know, now 2nd and 5, you throw 5, you get a first down. But you got to keep that drive. This is going to be their last shot probably with the wind at their back.
Ransom's pass is intercepted.
Bernie Morrison seems to be the man in the right place at the right time. Again, a tip ball right in his hands.
Woodson may have deflected that ball, and it was Bernie Morrison who came down with it.
Going to get a good look at this one. 21, Tony Johns is going to check out of the backfield. Now he tried to dump it to him. Exactly what it was. Tipped up in the air, and Bernie Morrison standing there waiting on it. That's twice tonight he's been the man on the spot with those tips.
9 turnovers now in the ball game. No, 10. So many we've lost count. The screen pass. First down as Gary Allen fought his way to the 37-yard line. Lamont Jeffers was there to make the tackle.
Well, that's what Johnson had to do. He had to get that offense moving. If he can keep the ball for the next minute and 52 seconds, then he's got everything in his favor going home, and that's what you want. You want the wind at your back going home, hopefully with the lead, and they have a 1-point lead now.
Gain of 12 yards on that completion to Allen.
What a hurry.
Got it away just in time. No, he didn't. There's a penalty flag.
Brett Williams seems to be everywhere. He was the first man in there, and when Johnson turned to go, Steve Rocky was right beside him.
That flag came flying out at about the same time the ball was snapped. I thought as they had
Calgary number 68, decline.
taken that clock down right to the final second that it was going to be a time count violation, but it was a procedure call against Kerry Elirenko. Ball comes back to the 48-yard line. Johnson throwing deep. Marshall Toner to the 12-yard line.
You don't expect Toner to go deep too often. I think he surprised Dave Daniels. Toner just ran straight upfield. Johnson with a nice touch on the ball, just drops it right over the head of Daniels into the arms of Toner. Well thrown.
36 yards the game. The Alouettes were protesting that he did not have possession of the ball as he came down.
They may be right.
First and 10. Johnson's pass incomplete. It was intended for Toner again.
They tried that pattern about 3 times tonight. They haven't hit it yet. It seems like it must be designed for a zone because every time they ran it against man-to-man coverage, it's been unsuccessful.
Ryan Potter comes into the ball game, and going out is Allen. Second and 10 from the 12. This should be the final play of the quarter. Johnson for Harris. Incomplete. Harris protesting that he caught the football, but Steve Benjamin had taken him out of bounds.
We saw number 12 first. Tim Petro step up inside the block in case of a safety blitz. Nice throw. Good cover.
So after 45 minutes of play, it's still a 1-point game with Calgary in front. After the first quarter, and it still revolves around those turnovers. 5 for each side. Quarterback Rick Johnson has completed only 9 of 28 pass attempts. Brian Ransom hasn't had much more success. 13 of 28. 242 yards in offense for the Calgary Stampeders, and now they have an opportunity in this fourth quarter. The wind is at their backs.
The thing Rick Johnson was going to learn tonight in games like this is you can have great statistics, but every now and then you're going to have a 9 for 28 or a 9 for 30. The big thing is win when you're not playing well. When you're playing poorly and you can win, that's a good club.
Well, he's been struggling at various times throughout this football game, but now they have a chance to add to the 8-7 lead as they line up on 3rd and 10 at the 12-yard line of the Montreal Alouettes. Field goal attempt by J.T. Hay from the 19-yard line. And J.T. Hay makes it a 4-point game once again. Second time in this half that the Calgary Stampeders have been in front by 4. As a matter of fact, they jumped into a 4-0 lead in the first quarter on a 51-yard field goal by JTA, and then that 70-yard single by Glenn Harper. Gary Durchik's Alouettes fought back in the second quarter. Third quarter, a 4-point lead again. He saw his team move within 1. He gambled on 3rd down. 3rd down gamble where he could have gone for the field goal to take the lead.
I think it was a good call. It was well executed. He hadn't had any success moving the ball. He took the chance, just didn't work. I've been watching that Montreal bench to see if anybody's warming up, because I thought we may see a change going into fourth quarter. You know, a veteran quarterback going against the wind isn't a bad idea, but Joe Barnes hasn't taken the jacket off, so it looks like it's Ransom's game to win or lose.
Stu Laird was there to make the tackle.